What is going on YouTube? My name is Lucas. Today, I'm going to discuss a stock that is absolutely taking over the music and podcast platform. It's unreal what they're doing right now. And so if you're really interested in something like this, I suggest you stay tuned right after this. Before I really break into this video, I want to make sure I remind you guys to subscribe to my channel. It'll be greatly appreciated, especially with continuously providing content that's evolving around stocks, business, investments, retirement. If you are interested in that stuff, subscribe to my channel. It's greatly appreciated. So now into this video, and if you're curious to know exactly what I'm talking about, that's going to be Spotify. And let me tell you guys, if there was a way to really monitor and see how much I use Spotify on a daily basis, a weekly basis, even a yearly basis, I bet this thing would be the most used app in my phone. I listen to music all the time. I'm constantly listening to podcasts. And this thing, and Spotify is really just completely taking over the entire market when it comes to music and podcasts. They're really bringing some heavy hitters to their, to their podcast platform, and they've already obviously had a bunch of them. What they're capable of doing with streaming music and how they're doing it, it's just an easy, smooth app that you're able to flow through, and I just really enjoy it. Recently, if you follow any type of news, especially in the stock market, you heard recently that Spotify was able to lure Joe Rogan to their podcast. And I actually looked today, typed it in on the search bar, and they haven't actually got any episodes on there quite yet. But you can see that they have everything really just coming together for that. And then the next person that they were able to persuade to come over to do their podcast was Kim Kardashian. And that was recently announced too. On top of that, they made another amazing move, which seems very interesting. And what they were able to do is they were able to sign DC Comics. And what I've been understanding, I've still been reading on this information, is that they're going to have certain characters have, episodes, and they're going to be able to do voiceovers. And it's going to be really interesting to see how that goes and what really that can expand to, because there's so many characters within the DC realm. This really kind of interested me, and I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that are interested too. I think this can go a long ways. I also heard that with this opportunity, they're looking to pair and do some other things outside of even, the music and podcast realm with DC Comics. So that'll be very interesting to see where that goes as well. Just think, if you were the CEO of Spotify, being able to provide, the news outlets with all these acquisitions you're able to accomplish. You're, moving hand over fist with growing your company. You recently said in your quarterly earnings that your podcast platform has grown 3 times from the year prior. You have roughly over 1 million users, if not more, and you're in so many different countries. You're basically stating that you're going to be the largest audio platform across the board. So my hat goes off to you, Daniel Ek, for being able to accomplish this and it having such a well-rounded and amazing just app altogether. Here you go, buddy. I mean, realistically, you got to think about it. Spotify, when it comes to a music and podcast platform, is really giving a run for their money when it comes to Apple and Google. I mean, they really are. They're pushing to be the #1 audio platform in the world, which is amazing. On top of that, Spotify on June 18th hit a 52-week high. And that's, for them continuously growing, that's bound to happen. I mean, they're going to hit the 52-week high. And I'm going to break the chart down. And when I do that, you'll obviously see what the 52-week high is. And it's pretty impressive. So my favorite part of the video is chart breaking down time. So let's swing on over here and let's dive right into this thing. So Spotify, it's going to be a 1 month chart, and the biggest thing you're going to see with this chart in the 1 month is that over a period of time it was pretty consistent. It would rise, it would drop, it would rise, it would drop, and that was pretty consistent. The biggest incline and the biggest increase you're going to see is right around June 17th, which transitioned to June 18th. And the reason why that happened is because that's the day that they announced that Kim Kardashian, the DC Comics deal, and I believe a little bit before that was also the Joe Rogan announcement. So when you got all this going on, and on top of that, Jim Cramer from CNBC came out and basically is like, hey, buy this now. So when that happens, obviously this stock is just going to explode and skyrocket, and it did. It set new highs. So we're going to jump into this thing. Today it opened at $234.50. It got as high as $242.25, and its low was $228.71. Its volume, as you can see, when things like this happen, guys, you're gonna notice that on monster news, when stock prices really get going, you're gonna see the volume increase, and because people are wanting to get involved with this. So the volume for today was 12.79 million, and its 52-week high, which was hit on June 18th, was 242.25. The 52-week low is 109.18, and let me tell you, I'm going to beat myself for that because I could have got in at 109.18. I was honestly at 120. I really wanted to get in, and I just was hesitant, and I just never did. And so this is definitely a stock that I'm going to keep my eye on for sure. I don't want to pay $242.25. Right now, I think it's going to come down a little bit, and it'll settle in. As you can see, the average volume is 1.88 million. So like I said, guys, when the news was all broke on this, obviously you can see the volume really shot up. After hours, it went back up to 229.55, and that's actually down, from 0.75%. But like I said, guys, once this thing really levels off and we get over the major announcements, I would definitely get into this stock while you can, because of what they're capable of, continuously growing, constantly getting new acquisitions, and this is something that they can continue to expand on. On top of that, they're getting active users, and they're growing, and they're getting into other countries, and this thing is just gonna continue to grow. So if you get a chance to get into this stock when the price settles in, I suggest you do it, because that's exactly what I'm gonna be doing. I'm definitely going to watch this stock. It's on my watch list for sure. And when this thing settles in, it gets to a reasonable price, I'm going to start, really filling up on the stocks. And the reason is because I think this, like I said, guys, this has a lot of opportunity. There's still a lot more growth, and they're definitely taking over each of those platforms. So you guys know how I do it. If you like the video, smash that like button. It helps out tremendously. And if you enjoy the content, because I'm going to keep the content flowing, subscribe to the channel. And as always, have a good day.